Hello everyone, and welcome to today's practice on Yoga with Anisa. We will be opening and stretching the hip and legs in this short 20-minute sequence. We're ready to start. Lie down onto your back, shoulders onto the mat, and then bring the thighs into the chest, grab a hold of the knees, and start to make a few circles clockwise and anti-clockwise as we massage the lower back and warm up the hips. Maybe adding some figure 8 with the knees, creating circles in opposite directions if that feels good for the hips. And then roll yourself back and forth a couple of times. Roll a few times till you find the momentum to roll yourself all the way up, and then turn around into an all-fours position. Ready for our cat-cow. Spread the fingers wide, wrist underneath the shoulders. Inhale, arch the spine, look up. Exhale, pull the navel in, round the spine, and look for the navel. Inhale, arch, shoulders away from the ears, look up, tailbone up, navel down. Exhale, round. Completely empty out the lungs and stretch out the back muscles. Last one, deep breath here as we warm up the spine at the beginning of our practice. Exhale, round. And back into neutral. Tuck the toes, hips to heels, lengthen the lower back and shoulders, and lift the hips up into down dog. Spread the fingers wide, bend the knees, and find that forward rotation in the pelvis. Shoulders away from the ears. Roll them out as if the armpits were trying to face each other. And then bring the weight into the knuckles, out of the wrists. If it feels good, you can start to walk the legs out a couple of times, stretching out the back of the legs and the hips. And then come back to both heels, pressing towards the mat to lengthen and stretch out the calf muscles as well. Three-leg dog is next. Center the left foot, raise the right leg up towards the ceiling, and stack the right hip above the left. Bend the right knee and allow the right foot to hang to the left side of the room. You should be experiencing a deep stretch all along the right side of the body, especially into the right thigh. Press the armpits down, and if it feels good, you can add on a few circles into the ankle in one direction, and then into the other as we warm up the ankle joint as well. Lovely. Drop the right hip down, square the hips first, and then look forwards, engage the core, pull the navel in, and step the right foot through between the hands, high lunge. We're going to start warming up the legs, dip the hips down, take a deep breath, and then start to bend and extend the back leg a couple of times to warm up the hip flexors of the left leg as well as the knee. Then keep the left knee locked and extend and bend the right leg a few times. No need to go into full extension as it can be quite an intense stretch for the hamstrings. Right. Keep the right knee bent. Drop the hips down, left knee locked. And center the left hand. Raise the right arm up towards the ceiling to add on a gentle twist into the spine. Reach up through the fingertips, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, release. Bring the right hand down, left knee onto the mat, and bring the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Bend the left knee, bring the left heel towards your glute, and you should already be feeling an intense stretch into the left thigh. If it's too intense, you can bring blocks underneath the hands and not drop the hips as low, otherwise keep dropping the hips low. And if you'd like a deeper stretch, you can reach the right arm back, grab a hold of the left foot, adding on a twist, kick into the hand, opening up the shoulder, deepen the twist, deepen the stretch for the left thigh. Keep kicking into the hand. And gently release. Right hand down. Extend the left leg. Drop the hips a little bit lower. Slide the left leg back and allow the head to hang. We're holding it here in a passive stretch into this dragon lunge. If you'd like to go further, you can bend the elbows onto the mat. Or if it's too far, you can bring blocks underneath the elbows. Whichever version suits you best. We're holding it here in this passive stretch with the muscles completely relaxed so that we can get deeper into the connective tissues for longer lasting changes. Gently release, extend the arms, bring the right hand on the outside of the right foot using your blocks in the hands if you have them. Walk the hands back into our half splits. Hips above the left knee, lock the right knee, curl the toes in, and with a straight spine, lean forwards, hinge from the hips. The blocks have several heights. You can keep it at the highest, mid-level, low level, or no blocks at all if you don't need them. Just make sure it's comfortable for you, that you're enjoying this deep stretch into the right hamstring and it's not painful. Spine stays straight, shoulders away from the ears. And take a few deep breaths here as we lengthen and open the muscles in the back of the leg. Next up is our runner stretch. Walk the hands back, bring the hips onto the floor. And if it's too intense, as in the hips are on a diagonal slant, you can always use a block underneath the hips. This again is optional, leveling out the hips. Hands by the side of the body. Curl the right toes in, lock the knee. And if you're ready for a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can walk the hands forwards, hinging from the hips with a straight spine. Stretching out the left ankle, the knee, as we stretch out the back of the right leg. Hold it here a few breaths. And some of you, if you'd like to go further, you're welcome to also grab a hold of the right foot with all 10 fingers interlaced and pull the toes in. This is only if you are in a deep forward fold and you feel ready for the extra intensity for the stretch. Really slowly walk the hands back out. Walk the hands forwards, bend the right knee, right foot onto the mat. And then center the left knee, right knee on top of the left. Open the heels for Gomukhasana. Nice and slow, walk the hands back to bring the hips between the heels. Settle the seat bones onto the mat or onto a block. Make sure there's absolutely no pain in the knees. It's a deep stretch for the glutes and the ankles. The targeted area are the glutes, the external part of the legs, muscles. And if you find that you're not feeling much, leaning forwards with a straight spine once again may help you find the stretch that you are looking for today. Slowly coming out the way you went in, walk the hands forwards, weight into the hands. Unhook the legs, bring them back into an all-fours position. Tuck the toes, hips to heels. Lift the hips up, downward dog. Ready to repeat the whole sequence to the left side. Center the right foot, raise the left leg up, and stack the left hip above the right. Bend the knee. Allow the foot to hang to the right side this time, and press the hips to the left. Circles into the ankle, if that feels good. Keep pressing the armpits down. Maybe starting to look towards the left shoulder. Release, left hip down. Engage the core. Pull the navel in, look forwards, and step the left foot through between the hands. Slide the right leg back. High dragon lunge, ready to warm up the legs on this side. Bend and extend the right knee for a couple of times. So good for the knee as well as the hip flexors. And then keep the right knee locked. Bend and extend the left leg a couple of times. Once again, don't go to full extension if it's too intense. Just go as far as it feels good. Keeping the left knee bent, lock the right knee, drop the hips down, and raise the left arm up towards the ceiling for a lovely twist into the spine. Shoulders away from the ears, look up to your left hand. Release, left hand down, followed by the right knee, untuck the toes. Bring the left hand on the inside of the left foot. Turn the left toes towards the corner of your mat and bend the right knee, bringing the right heel towards your glute. Already feeling a deep stretch into the right thigh. This can be quite intense for many of us. If it is, stay here. If you need a little bit more, stretch the left arm back, grab a hold of the right foot, and kick into the hand. Adding a deep twist as you kick. Opening up the shoulder and the chest. Look beyond the left shoulder and release. Left hand down, slide the right leg back, point the toe. Passive dragon lunge. Either stay with the arms extended and the head hanging heavy, or bend the elbows onto the mat or blocks. Make yourself comfortable here and hold the posture, not the breath. Continue that even balance between each inhale and exhale. Release. Extend the arms. Bring the left hand on the outside of the left foot and walk the hands back, hips above the right knee. Grab a hold of your blocks if you need them for your half splits. Curl the left toes in towards you. Lock the left knee and take a couple of deep breaths here to stretch out the hamstrings. Spine stays straight, neck in line with the spine, chin slightly in. Moving into our runner stretch, walk the hands slowly back to bring the hips onto the floor. If you need to, move the right calf muscle out of the way. And if you also needed, a block underneath the hips. This is optional. Level out the hips. Make sure the right knee is comfortable first and foremost, and then pivoting forwards from the hips if it feels good to get a deeper stretch into the left hamstring. Curl the toes in. Opening up the right knee and ankle as we stretch out the back of the left leg. And once again, those of you who wish to go further, interlace all 10 fingers around the left foot and pull the toes in towards you. Release. Walk the hands back and then walk them forwards. Bend the left knee and bring the left knee above the right for Gomukhasana. Walk yourself back to bring the hips between the heels. Adjust the knees, making sure there's absolutely no pain. Taking any modification you may need if there is pain. And with your own time, either staying with the spine straight or a block underneath the hips. Or if you need more, we'll walk the hands forwards. Hinge from the hips with a straight spine. You'll immediately notice a deeper stretch on the outside of the legs onto the glute. Slowly coming out, stay onto the bum. Extend the legs in front of you with the knees bent, feet hip width apart. Hands behind the thighs, slowly roll yourself down, one vertebra at a time. Shoulders onto the mat. Bring the heels towards your hips and the arms by the side of the body. Squeeze the glutes, lift them up as high as they'll go. You're stretching and opening the front of the body. Press the big toe into the mat to activate the inner thighs. And slowly release. Lower the hips down, reclining pigeon. Right ankle above the left knee. Curl the toes in and press the right knee away from you. Now you can either stay here if you're finding it's already an intense stretch, or if you're going further, maybe press the right hand onto the thigh and stay there. Or the next step is going to be to slide the right hand through the gap and grab a hold of the left shin or the left thigh with both hands interlaced. Pull with the arm strength to find the degree of the stretch that feels good for you, for your hips and your legs today. Either stay here or adding on a Pashi leg stretch, extend the left leg, hold behind the left thigh or left ankle, and pull the leg in. Deepen the stretch. Gently release, bend the left knee. Bring the right foot down, other side. Left ankle above the right knee, curl the toes in. And press the left hand gently onto the inner left thigh. If you wish to stay here, stay. If you're going further, left hand through the gap, grab a hold of the right shin or thigh and pull the leg in towards you. Nice deep breaths here as we allow the muscles to open up. Option to add on an extra stretch by extending the right leg, hands behind the calf muscle or thigh, pull the right leg towards you. Release, right foot down, followed by the left. Final spine twist. Extend the left leg, right toes curl underneath the left knee. Bring the right arm out into a 90-degree angle from the body, and with your left hand, gently encourage the right knee to the left. Keep the right shoulder onto the mat, and move the gaze towards your right hand so that you're now twisting from the crown of the head to your toes. Gently untwist. Bend the left leg, extend the right, other side. Allow the body to completely soften and relax in this final twist. Gently untwist, come back to center. Bring the knees into the chest and make a few circles clockwise and anti-clockwise, just as we started. Then extend the legs away. Make yourself comfortable into a wide leg Savasana. Taking any micro adjustments you may want to take now to ensure that you're completely relaxed. Shoulders away from the ears. Long deep breaths in and out through the nose. And allow the whole body to completely relax. Please stay in your final Savasana as long as you wish, as you can, in the comforts of your home, and enjoy all the benefits from your practice. Thank you for joining. Namaste.